I can give you an example. I had a student who was not really good in academic. He wouldn't really score much in any other modules of the IELTS test. Let's say he was not really good in speaking, for that matter in writing too. Even he was not really good in reading. But I found him scoring no less than 38, 39 every time he did a listening test. And then I tried to find out what could be the reason. How does he do this magic? Later on one day when he came to me, he was sitting next to me at my workstation, and I asked him, "Do you watch some movies?" He said he does, and I showed him some of the movies. I had around 250 Hollywood movies, like English movies, on my computer. I showed him the movies. I told him that he's seen all the movies. There was no single movie which he had not seen in my computer. Which means watching movies is one of the most important things to follow if you want to improve your listening skills. You also can listen to different channels, like watch different channels, listen to different people speak English. It's very important to be able to listen more and speak less, because it's only when we listen we learn something new. And when we speak, we give out what we already know, but when we listen, we learn more. So the ability to listen and learn a language is very vital, very important. And whenever you listen to something, whenever you listen to anything in English, let's say you listen to many people speak English, you listen to different conversations every day, it's important to grasp anything and everything that comes your way. Grasp it, try to observe different language structures, different usages that various people use. So you should definitely be able to learn from what you listen. Learning from what you're listening is, what I mean is, you should analyze every sentence that you listen to, every language structure that you listen to, and then make it yours. And then you should be able to use the same structure that you have already learned in your forthcoming in your future. Whenever you speak, whenever that situation comes, you should be able to use that language structure or that type of a sentence, that style or expressions when such situations arise. So it's very important to be able to listen carefully, like listening and hearing. There is a difference, right? So we hear a lot of things. I can hear a lot of noise from all around, but I am listening to my own voice. So this is just the same way. You are listening to my voice. You're watching this TV. When you are listening only to my voice. Otherwise, there's so many things which are happening around. You hear so many things, but you listen to only what you want to focus upon. So it's also important when you do the listening test. It's good that we stay focused and do not give ears to any disturbance which is around us, and stay focused on the question, and then stay focused on the answers too. I also suggest watching some of the online channels, like let's say YouTube is a very good resource for listening to various accents across the globe. You would get to listen to any type of accent on YouTube. YouTube is one of the major resources for learning anything under the sun, I would say. And also listen to BBC, let's say BBC, ABC, Australian Broadcasting Corporation. So all these resources will definitely help us to get better scores in IELTS listening. For those who find the other 2-3 modules difficult, it is very easy to score in the IELTS listening test. So it's all about familiarizing yourself and staying focused on more academic dialogues that you will be listening in the listening test, and make sure that you do your work in a very neat and clean way, write very neatly, legibly, I would say, and you get 10 minutes to transfer the answers, and try to utilize that time also for checking your spellings. You know, the way I remember spellings is I analyze the size of the word. Like let's say now I'm looking at this camera, it's written Panasonic on that. When I see this word first time, I would analyze that, and then the next time, and if I see it written in a wrong way, maybe 1 or 2 letters missing from there, I would be able to identify that from the size of that particular word. So it is important for us to familiarize ourselves with the size of words, so that when you size and shape of the words. If there is a letter or something missing from there, you should be able to detect that. And I think if you are aware of spellings in that way, if you practice your spellings in that way, you wouldn't be making too many mistakes when as far as the spellings are concerned. So with this, I would like to wind up the session today. I hope you follow maybe some of these instructions and try to crack the IELTS test in a more academic way. And I would be back with more sessions of the IELTS modules. I'll be doing many practice sessions with you. So I want you to stay tuned with me on my channel called IELTS with Subhash. And I'm talking to you from Skyrise International Academy. You can find me online taking classes. If you are interested, you can enroll with me. You can go to www.skyriseinternationalacademy.com, where you will be able to purchase several packages for the IELTS. Thanks for joining me today. Bye-bye.